What's referred to in the Southern Hemisphere as the chop tackle involves tackling the player to ground as soon as possible. The choke tackle involves keeping the player and the ball up and trying to force a turnover. Here we look at the virtues of both. Once the initial Connacht player makes the tackle and holds the player up, other defenders join in, wrapping up the ball, tying it up, keeping the player on his feet, eventually forcing a turnover where the referee awards a scrum to Connacht. In these instances, once the tackle player is held up, a tackler assists join in and try and wrestle the ball free. They do this on both occasions, initiating counter-attacks. Here 2 Irish players tie up the Welsh attacker. Once the tackle becomes a maul, there is no requirement on the players to roll away. This ties up the ball and ultimately Ireland win possession. Here again, the Australian attacker is held up. This slows down possession. While it does not ultimately force a turnover, it does give them a less quality ball. Here again, play is held up. Again, it forces the Australians to possibly commit more attackers than they would have planned to. Here are some examples of a chop tackle, where the player is tackled low, stopping the attack in its tracks, sometimes before the player has any forward momentum. In this example, even with a sustained attack from the Springboks, they fail to go over the Welsh 5-metre line. The Welsh defenders are coming up, tackling low, ensuring the first tackler always gets the player to ground. Ultimately, a tackle is made, an offload is forced, and an error. Here the Welsh use their line speed and a low tackle to hit the Irish behind the gain line. The ultimate of a chop tackle is you create a contest for the ball, forcing a steal or forcing the attacking player to have to hold on, as we see in this example with Ireland conceding a penalty. The use of good line speed and a low tackle makes it very difficult for the attacking team, as quite often they'll have to retreat to support the ruck. This can quite often give an impotence to the defending team, who may have more players converging on it. Ultimately, the best tackle to use depends on the proximity of support and the ability of the player.